Last night was the beginning of the 5th season of the year. Our favorite one, The Bachelor. Bachelor Ben finally premiered, and he's this big hunk of burning love, and there's 25 girls that all want to get into his pants. Now, the show started your typical way where all the girls get out of the limo and the cleavage is just bubbling over. It's every man's wildest dream come true. And each girl has her gimmick. Like the girl with the miniature horse Huey, and there was one with this big unicorn head, and then another with a big giant rose on her head, the girl wearing the pajamas, the girl with her football plays, another girl with her breaking bread, on and on and on. They all had their gimmicks. Now, if you were at this party, how would you have gotten Ben's attention? In fact, if you're at any party and you see all these beautiful girls around, how are you going to get the guy's attention who you're interested in? That's what I'm going to tell you how to do. But before I do, I need to go back a little bit in my own history, because I can tell you that I really relate to this experience. I went to so many parties because I was single for a really long time before I found my Ben, the one. Now, it started off that I would do things like wear clothes that are too tight, wear dresses that are too short. I would be funny, then I would be serious, then I would be mysterious, then I would be quiet. I mean, I tried on every gimmick you can imagine. And they got me a lot of fake offers, or I should say hookup offers, but not relationships. So then at one party, I met this guy, and he was really cute and all this stuff, and I found out a lot about him. I had this great idea, a new gimmick, and I put flowers on his car the next morning. I never heard from him. A couple days later, I took some more flowers. Never heard from him. A couple days later, I took some more flowers. I never heard from him. Finally, I gave up. Then a couple months later, I go to another party, and this guy is there, and I said to him, "Hey, how'd you like the flowers that were on your car?" And he was like, "What are you talking about? How would you even know about that?" And I said, "Well, I put them there." And he said, "You put them there? I thought it was my cleaning lady." So that wasn't a very big success. So now what am I going to do? I go on dating some more. And I met this guy named Steve, and he was a pretty cool guy. He was really interesting, and he was really good looking. And we went out on dates, and then something started to happen where about an hour before the date, he would call and tell me that he couldn't come because of whatever his reasons were, or he would just not show up at all. He would stand me up. So then I blew him off, but I mean, not in the sense of blew him off. You know what I'm saying? I got rid of him, made room for some other sucker. And then I had an assignment at my work. And the assignment was that I had to go to this social networking event. We were entertaining media people in town, and I was going to be like a hostess kind of person. So I went to this party, this get-together, and I started talking to this guy, and his name was Steve. This is Steve number 2. So Steve and I are talking, and everything's fine, and we're having a good time, and I'm thinking I'm doing a good job, just, being friendly. So then it was over, and that night I got a call. "Hello? Sheryl, hi, it's Steve that you met earlier today. Would you like to meet me for dinner?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I was just it was a work function. I'm not looking for a date." And he said, "Well, I thought you were coming on to me." "Oh, man," I said, "No, I was just being nice and friendly, just my usual self." "Oh, okay." So whatever, I don't even remember if we went out or not. But then it dawned on me, the light bulb went off. Sheryl, the only person you need to be is Sheryl. Just be who you honestly are. So a little more time passes, and I go to another party. And this guy comes up and starts talking to me, and I'm just Sheryl. His name is Steve. This is Steve number 3. And we got along really great, and we kept talking, and like all the pieces of the puzzle that I had been working on putting together for so long fit together. And to this day, I'm still married to Steve number 3. So what I'm telling you this to share with you, that if you're going to a party, if you're in a situation where you feel like there's lots of competition, how are you going to stand out? The only person you need to be is you. Your true self is the absolute one that a Ben out there is looking for. You are the one for a very special Ben, and the only person you have to be is you. That's today's tip. and I'll be back next week with some other juicy stories and information to share with you about relationships that all relate to Bachelor Ben and his escapades. See you next time.